Could the future of robotics be a toy train with a taste for flesh?
Yes.
It says, beware, a hungry, fresh-eating robot called Choo Choo could have designs on you.
Wait. A hungry, fresh-eating?
Flesh.
Oh, you said flesh?
Yes.
It sounded like you said a hungry, I can't even say it now, hungry, fresh-eating.
I thought I enunciated it.
I thought you were speaking Japanese for a minute.
Could the future of robotics be a toy train with a taste for flesh? It says, beware, a hungry, fresh-eating robot called Choo Choo could have designs on you. Now, I knew it. See, remember, reverting back to last week's Week in Review.
He's reverting back to his own Week in Review.
But Jeffrey Ross doesn't understand the reverting process.
See, he always says, let me revert to the movie Jaws.
Right.
And then he'll pick some part from a movie to back up his claims. Whether it's a fantasy movie, he's reverted to like Star Wars. Yeah. He goes, allow me to revert to Star Wars, the Death Star, and he tries to use it in the real world. So he's now reverting back to his last week's Week in Review. Amazing, Spaz.
Brilliant.
Let me revert back.
I don't know where we are.
To last
It
week.
says, beware, a hungry, fresh-eating robot called Choo Choo could have designs on you. Now, I knew it. See, remember, reverting back to last week's Week in Review, I broke the story about the surgery, about the guy getting surgery by a robot.
He's breaking stories now. Hello, it's Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly News. I would love to say I scooped this one, but unfortunately, let me revert to Spaz's
Last week's Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm Middle.
Now, if you remember the film, 100 people died on the Concorde, much like they did in the film Airplane in 19...
All right, here we go. Let's get through this here.
I'm telling you. And I said that it could turn against you. Just like going back to the movie Terminator 2, somebody's going to invent a chip, place in a robot to make robotics even better, so that kids can play with toys and people can just sit back and press buttons just like the Jetsons. But I'm telling you, machines can get a mind of their own and turn on you. Have you ever seen like a blender going berserk or something like that, or you can't get something that's like you're pressing the off button but it just won't get off until like a couple minutes later, then all of a sudden just stops on its own.
Right.
I'm telling you, machines have a mind on its own.
Wait, just play the last sentence. Machine have a mind on its own.
Machine had mind on its own. Machine had mind on its own. So you're saying that when you press the off button on your blender, on that monstrous Terminator 2 blender that you have at home, and it doesn't shut off, it can't possibly be a sticky contact or a loose wire or something. It's the mind of the blender.
It's the mind of the machine. Of course, Anthony. It makes perfect sense.
I just think we're at a point where we're not smart enough to know that machines are smarter.
And you're reverting to
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. Revert to Terminator 2.
Then all of a sudden just stops on its own. I'm telling you, machines have a mind on its own. Especially when you get a power. See, it all starts just like in the movies. That somebody invents this microchip, this small tiny microchip that's supposed to sweep everybody off their feet with robotics. Then all of a sudden a power surge happens, like a blackout, or like during a powerful thunderstorm, lightning hits a power generator or something like that, and it sends a power surge to the main robotic system, and thus it hits that's the mother system, and then it hits all the other little children robotic thingies, whether it be toys or whatever, and it just turns into a mind of its own. All of a sudden they turn against humans because the humans are deemed inferior to the superior robotics. So
Reverting to Star Trek.
So
it's this story. I don't understand why it's not in the papers or anything like that.
It was well
I'm telling
documented
you,
in the
it
adventures
could
of
happen.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Let me revert to Rocky and Bullwinkle.
When Rocky says to...
You're a mess. Remember reverting back to a Star Trek episode when they installed the computer in the Enterprise that was supposed to control it in every circumstance, and it turned against Starfleet ships?
Yeah.
Right.
See? I'm reverting to Star
I don't
Trek.
think he was reverting to that, though, Anthony.
I'm reverting to that.
All right.
Why it's not in the papers or anything like that, but I'm telling you, it could happen, and it's on the internet. It's the future robotics who are going after humans. And I'm telling you, this is very dangerous, and people are not taking it seriously just because it was in a movie. Just because if it's in a movie does not mean it cannot happen. I'm telling you, it could happen. So I'm telling you, beware with your machines. If it doesn't turn off when you press off, something is wrong, and my theory is right. I'm
pressing the wrong
So
button.
beware
You're
of these flesh-eating robots, because it could happen to you. Okay? And that's my final story, and that's my theory on that, and that is the K-Dog Week in Review.
What?
And he puts his little music now. He added Miami Vice music.
My new theme song.
Oh. He's the K-Dog, he calls himself. You see Jeffrey's face? And it said the K-Dog. He was like, ooh, what? He's K-Dog, and he does that little, and plays his little music and everything.
What's K? Why K-Dog? What's K?
K is the first letter of my real name.
And why dog?
Because it was kind of like a nickname I was given in college.
What you gonna cut? What?
Iona.
Like Yo
Iona.
Dog?
Yeah.
Can you picture him like Rupert Pupkin in the basement trying to work the tape recorder? You know, and now the week in review. Kevin!
So that's
Ma!
It's like a nickname that for someone who can't think of a nickname.
K-Dog.
It's like K-Dog.
It's K-Dog. Oh! He does a little howl.
He doesn't even do a dog. He does like a wolf.
It's a wolf.
K-Wolf.
It's K-Wolf. K-Wolf.
It's K, animal in pain.
So, Spaz, that robot story now.
Yes.
You really didn't elaborate on the story. There's a robot, Opie, that runs on meat.
Right.
It actually uses E. coli bacteria in like a hopper, and it dissolves the meat, making heat, and they transfer the heat to energy enough to propel itself ahead. But I guess he's under the impression this thing's going around ripping children's throats out in order to propel itself to its next victim. And blenders are just like this thing.
I didn't get by the first sentence.
Obviously, again. Do you know he doesn't read these things? He looks at the headline and makes up his own freaking story in his head.
This is the only news we have on our show.
Yeah, this is our news segment, which is really sad for us when you think about it.
Right.
So there's people out there who get their news from K-Dog.
From K-Dogs. Oh.
Who am I going to vote for? Well,
Once again, scooped by K-Dog on the Opie and Anthony show. I would love to say we had this first. Flesh-eating robots on the Achille Lauro.
Tom, do you have any movie sources to back up your stuff?
Yes, I am going to revert to Airport 76 with Charlton Heston. You remember the clip where they had to try to get another pilot? Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly News, crash of the Concorde, Air France Concorde going down in Paris, France.
Tom, wake up.
Yes, I'm a little woozy. Been covering this story all evening. I am going to revert to the Concorde Airport.
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13, Houston, we have a problem. Couldn't it be conceivable that this Concorde went up into space and got hit by some kind of asteroid? Let me revert back to What's Happening, the episode where Raj was playing basketball. NBC Nightly News with our man on the street, Spaz.
You freaking tool. All right, Spaz, that was a great week in review.
Very good.
I think you impressed Jeffrey Ross.
Yeah.
And the best part is there's still 2 more days of the week for you not to screw up.
Well,
we had to do it early.
You don't really review the week.
Well,
he
he
just kind of reviews it.
Well, what happened is we're not going to be here Friday.
And
so
he
we're-
couldn't.
We're doing it early.
You know something? He's absolutely right. It's supposed to be the week in review, and it never is. On Friday, he gets these just a bunch of stories. It's not really like this week, President Clinton and the Mideast Peace Summit. It's not really like that. He just digs up
Our
these.
top story this week: robots have a mind of their own.
Yeah, not the Concorde or Kathy
No.
Lee Gifford leaving.
Killer blenders. Oh, yeah, plane crash. But killer blenders.
Human cloning urged in cell research. Apparently, they're starting to lift a ban to clone human baby embryos because they had just cloned pigs, which actually pigs is the closest next to chimpanzees that close to human-sized organs. Now, I don't want another animal's organs within my system because I don't know if it's compatible.
Did you say another?
Yeah,
So you already have one?
we are all mammals.
Oh, I thought you meant
Very good.
You already have another animal part in
Once
you.
again,
meaning-
lumping us into his category.
That close to human-sized organs. Now, I don't want another animal's organs within my system because I don't know if it's fully compatible with the humans, and it cannot be fully explained of how compatible it is until you actually have one of these pig's organs into your system. And I went through cloning in an earlier weekend review, and cloning basically can be also proven disastrous because when you make a clone of something, like let's say you made a clone of me. The next clone would be not as smart as me.
The next clone wouldn't be as smart as him, he said. So what are you saying? You wouldn't even be able to breathe? Wouldn't be smart enough for his heart to beat? How much dumber could you get?
There's logic to it.
There's logic to it. His clone would not be as smart as him. Okay.
And I went through cloning in an earlier weekend review, and cloning basically can be also proven disastrous because when you make a clone of something, like let's say you made a clone of me, the next clone would be not as smart as me, and then the following clone not as smart as the second me, and not as smart as the third me, and just keep on so on until you come to a final clone of me, which is a total, complete, utter idiot.
I believe. Bing, bang, bang.
There you go.
Bang, bang.
I think we have the final clone of
We
Spaz.
have the final clone. Where's the rest of your, where's the rest of you, Spaz? Where's the first guy in the line?
Spaz started out as a nuclear physicist.
Yeah, you must be the last in the line.
Here in Bizarro.
Yeah, in Bizarro World. If they clone you again, you're saying you would have gills and walk back into the sea, right?
Oh, brilliant, man. Brilliant.
So, and we saw that in that Michael Keaton movie, Multiplicity.
Multiplicity he's reverting to. Wow. No one saw that piece of
I
crap.
didn't think anyone saw Multiplicity.
I saw it
So
three
if
times.
You
Three
clone
times,
a clone, it's going to get stupid until you get to the point where it's just retarded.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was their take on Spaz.
All right. But this has to do with pig organs and cloning
Well,
pigs.
it's going to come around, Anthony.
Oh, yeah, believe me, I know it comes around.
Reverting to that movie. Human cloning should they should do all the research proper to it, and I don't think that it'll make everybody's lives much easier. I think it'll be a problem because then you have to watch out for your other self. You have to watch for your other self, where that other self is going, and what he's doing, so you can keep tabs. If you were supposed to go to the store for your wife, and the other person did it, and then you go, then you bought the same things, and then you waste money that way. You got to keep tabs, and I think it's harder to keep tabs when you have to keep tabs on everything else that's going on.
But wait a minute, the biggest problem he sees with cloning that he decides to point out is that you might buy 2 boxes of Tide and waste money. That's the whole thing. Forget the moral issue. Forget about any of that. The biggest issue you could think of off the top of your head was, oh my God, I already have a box of Entenmann's cheesecake.
Harvard medical thing, yeah.
No.
Instant feedback going crazy. The cloning chain: mosquitoes, Spaz, pigs, chimps, humans.
Yeah, I think you put him too far up.
All right, cloning with Spaz.
Yeah.
So I don't think cloning is really that good. I think they should save cloning for organs so that when people are in need of organs, and there are not too many people who want to donate the organs when they die because they want to be buried in full body, then they should clone those organs, put it back into the person so they can live, and I think that should be good. So human cloning, some aspects of it are good, some aspects of it bad. I think scientists should look at these aspects and then decide what is best for the community, for the vast majority community. And that is my view on that. And that is the.
Very good, Spaz. But you wouldn't need the organs if they ate the strawberries again from the beginning. They would be impervious to a disease.
Certain diseases.
Yeah, okay, Pookie.
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? Listen, you got to get rid of him. My ears are bleeding.
What? You're learning a lot today. You learned about super strawberries, super bees, cloning.
It's got to be scripted because when you mentioned before about getting immunity, he started giggling like somebody's writing this stuff for him.
No, that was us giggling.
I hear you can hear him laughing. Like you got to kill him. Do something to him.
You know,
get rid of him.
We could smoke as much pot as humanly possible. We would never be able to write stuff like this.
Really?
No way.
Spaz is the 10th generation clone of a horse's ass.
You know what was kind of weird? I just noticed when he pointed out certain diseases, he looked like he had one up on you, like, I'm smarter than you.
Don't try to trip me up. I know certain diseases.
All right. Cloning could be good, could be bad. He hasn't quite figured it out yet.
Well, let's go to Julian. Julian, what's up?
I know 1,000 people that just died from the explanation of killer bees. Let me ask you a question. Who does demographics for your station?
The what?
Demographics. There are people that went to college that listen to the show.
There's tons of them.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, thank you to all our listeners.
Yes.
We had a little ratings thing come in today, and wow.
Very nice. Thank you, people. Once again, right there, supporting us.
It's becoming a challenge, though, boys.
Yeah. All right, Julian.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to
Sure
Tracy.
to listen to Spaz.
Tracy, you're next on NEW.
Hi, listen, I need to tell Spaz something about organ donation. If his heart went bad and he needed a heart and the only one he can get was a pig's heart, he'd be shoving Porky Pig up his ass as fast as he could.
Yeah, what about that, Spaz? If the only way you could live is if they have another animal,
Another mammal's.
organ put in you.
Well, in desperate situations, but I would say clone human organs.
Clone the human organs.
Oh, it's better to clone human.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Spaz.
All right, Kathy, she's been online for like an hour just to yell at Spaz. Kathy, what do you have for Spaz?
Hey, Opie. Hey, Anthony. When he was talking about the carbon monoxide, he almost got me going there for a second. I had to stop and think. Yes, it is carbon dioxide. Kevin, Booby. Just one question. Why science?
Hey! Hey!
Yeah, why? Can we see your stuff? Yeah, why?
Hey!
Why science, Spaz?
I like science.
This is your strength?
I like it. I didn't know nothing about it, but I really like it.
It intrigues me.
It intrigues you?
Yes.
Did anyone notice that chick's voice was really, really manly?
Yeah, that was a deep chick's.
Hello. Kevin, why science? Why?
A lot of people think that Spaz should be cloned. Kelly, what's going on?
Oh, my God. This guy should be praying for xenotransplantation to be true. I mean, I do this for a living. I can't believe he wouldn't want a pig brain at this point.
A big brain. That would be good.
I mean, he's got to be desperate. He's got to be desperate.
All right.
All right?
Thank you, Kelly.
Brain.
Yeah.
And I think we're done. We just got to play the outro to Spaz's Weekend Review.
Yes.
Is the K-Dog Weekend Review. Hello.
Okay, terrific.
Okay, horrific.
That was great, Spaz.
Thank you, Spaz. Another great job. We learned a lot. Really appreciate it.
Wow.
All right, great. There he goes.
Progress on antimatter whereabouts.
Wow.
Okay, the scientific
What?
Spaz.
First of all, what? Progress?
Progress.
Did you say progress?
I said progress.
Progress. Yes, progress.
Progress.
All right, let's hear about progress. Go ahead.
Progress on antimatter whereabouts. Why is the world filled with something rather than nothing? Okay. In the world, you have antimatter and matter.
Oh, no.
Antimatter is the opposite of matter.
Oh.
Antimatter is nothingness. Matter is physicalness. So, it's a material object. So, you have matter and antimatter. Now, you need matter in order for antimatter to coexist. But what is antimatter? Antimatter is nothingness. What is nothingness? How big is nothingness? You could do a bigness for matter because it's right in front of you and you can measure, but antimatter, which is nothingness, you can't measure. So, this poses an age-old question. How big is the universe? Well, you can't measure the universe because it is antimatter.
What?
It is infinite. But it has matter within antimatter. So how does that coexist? You have planets, which is matter because it's physical. You can see it. You can measure it. But it is within an antimatter. Why don't they cancel each other out? It could be why the things in the early part of the years that the planets formed and everything, the atmosphere is the way it is. Because of big explosions between antimatter and matter, but now we have a happy medium coexistence between the two. But how infinite is infinity? Now, there's got to be a way to measure it. Like, I would love to take a shuttle up into space, start from the planet Earth, and just keep going straight and straight and straight as fast as I can, and go eons and eons and eons.
Eons?
And see how long it takes me to get back to the planet Earth. I think it could be possible. Now, Columbus thought the world was flat. It would just drop off, or it'd be an infinite.
Columbus said it was round. Dude, this is so wrong. This is wrong on so many levels. He is a blithering idiot.
But he tries to sound intelligent.
He wants to take a shuttle and go where?
I want to start from the planet Earth and go straight and come back to the planet Earth by going straight.
Our listeners are pouring in donations to send you, believe me. And go straight for what reason?
How are you going to surprise eons and eons?
Eons. Okay, so you'll go for eons. How are you going to live for eons and eons?
By eating food.
But no, eons is a length of time, not distance.
You can't survive eons and eons.
I would go fast, like past the light of speed.
Past the light of speed.
Shut up! I can't take it. Enough. This is ridiculous.
I'm drooling.
Jay, the best part, people think we make this up. We write this for
past the light of speed.
Keep in mind, the light of speed is in the slow lane. Spaz is in the fast lane because he's going past it.
The speed. Okay, you're going faster than the speed of light.
You know, right? Art Bell's at home going, I completely understand.
Yeah, I get him. I get him.
So, and then Mulder and Scully are joining me on the shuttle.
So past the speed of light.
Yes, and going straight, starting from the planet Earth, going straight
in the space shuttle,
and I'd eventually end up back at the other side of the planet Earth.
Eventually.
Wait. So you're saying it would loop around somehow?
You're assuming that space is not infinite and it's not unfolding.
Right. I plan.
I'm a genius.
I plan to see if space is really as infinite as everybody says it is.
But I'm pretty.
You plan to
Hold on. But I'm pretty sure you point the space shuttle out, you blast off, you get into orbit, you get out of orbit. You got to fight the orbit because of gravity's fast. So you're going to have to turn the steering wheel a little bit off to the side. Right, Ginger? Turn the steering wheel, Ginger. What do you need, a sponsor? I'll be your sponsor. And then, if it say it is infinite, I'm pretty sure like a month goes by, you're going to run out of food and stuff. You want anything to wipe your dumper with? The head will be completely overclogged because you'll do something to clog a toilet in space somehow. You'll be the first guy to not know how to jettison crap.
But you'll have to keep going and going and going.
Yes.
And you're saying eventually.
I proved it.
I got it.
And so, so what are you going to find?
I knew it would happen. Yeah. Will you take Ed Wynn with you? What would Ed Wynn say?
Look, we went all the way around the universe, don't you know? He clogged up the toilet a month out, just like Jay said he would.
Now, what are you going to find when it ends?
The planet Earth.
Oh, he's saying the universe isn't infinite. Like, it will eventually wrap around some kind of bending time-space continuum.
Why would it be circular?
Yeah. How would you get back to Earth?
He's
what
a
if it just goes
Columbus.
forever? No, he said Columbus thought the world, the Earth was flat.
Columbus thought the Earth was flat.
So you're just going to set off in this shuttle.
Yes.
Go faster than the speed of light.
Yes.
And
look at Terrence.
Oh yeah. Get out of here. Is that true?
Can we ask? I don't want to. Terrence, hang on.
What?
Terrence says there's pictures of my wife naked on the internet. I want to see them.
Okay. Terrence, what's going on?
Dynamite!
He hung up.
Hey, he's reverting back to earlier in the show.
We only got like 2 minutes left in
I
this.
thought he really... Oh, he just wanted to say
Yeah,
it?
he just wanted to get on to say dynamite.
What a jackass. 20 minutes on hold, $45 phone bill on the cellular, because he's...
All right, we got 2 minutes left in Spaz Week in Review. He's explaining the universe, Anthony.
Right, the shuttle.
Should we just play the tape, or was he going to... All right.
Let it rip.
No, do you want to do the experiment? See how he does with his Mets?
No.
Yeah, screw them.
Because that's going to be another 15 minutes. I don't feel like listening to him for too much longer today.
Yeah, but how much more do you want to listen to the same subject?
This is 2 minutes left. He's explaining the universe, Jay.
Imagine if he's right.
All right, here we go. The last 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes.
And we're all laughing at him.
He's Stephen
He
Hawking.
comes around, he's 11 years old. Guys, I told you.
All right, here we go.
11, not 100.
But he was proven wrong.
Who was proven? Oh,
Columbus.
no, now you're saying Columbus thought that...
Well, he was going to have to prove that the world is really...
Yeah,
rounded.
rewind. Listen what he says.
Oh.
It's
fascinating. You were going to say something really good.
I was going to say amazing.
All right, here we go.
Stunning.
I think it could be possible. Now, Columbus thought the world was flat. It would just drop off or be an infinity. But he was proven wrong.
Stop.
He didn't think it was flat, you idiot. That's why he went.
I got my facts confused.
But wait, but he wanted to prove its infinity. Infancy. I mean, it's a relatively young world. I'll give you that.
Infinitency.
No, that makes sense.
Right? Spaz, do you listen to these before they plan?
No.
You don't. All right. Because you can edit.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I want to get through this.
Okay.
I really want to move on. This
Opie,
is like,
I apologize.
No,
but
it's
you
all
know
right.
me.
It's okay.
When I got Caroline's coming up, I get excited.
Shut up. He's driving me nuts, though, today.
But he was proven wrong. Why? Because the world is really round. So, I think that I can prove that infinite is not so infinite. That you can just start from the planet Earth, go straight, and to return back to the planet Earth. I just think it's possible. It could be possible. There's got to be an end to an end. It's like I know how they say like there's no end to a straight line. There's got to be. It's got to be an end to the straight line. I mean, if it did a straight line from one end, starting at one end of the paper,
right,
and you do a straight line to the end of the paper, you're going to reach the end of the paper. You're going to reach a brick wall because you can't go past the end of the paper. Otherwise, you ruin what you're drawing on. So, I just think if you go straight, you can find the end of an infinity.
Oh my!
And I just think that it's possible. And I would like to prove this, but I'm not an astronaut and don't know aerophysics. That is the K-Dog Week of Review. I'll leave you with my theme for this week.
What a closer.
Cheers. I'll see you next week on the K-Dog Week in Review.
You're talking about my gay face? Oh, my God. Spaz, you really picked that one?
I don't know anything about aerophysics. I'm not an
Screw that. He played Cheers as an outro.
Oh, he played it as an intro, too.
Is there anything in here, or you just play the theme song?
At the end, I do one last howl.
What a tool. How long do we have to wait for the howl?
Another 30 seconds.
Why would we want to wait 30 seconds for a howl?
Because it was a very good segue thing I did production-wise.
Is it coming up now?
Another 20 seconds.
Another 20 seconds.
Okay, after this. It's coming up right now.
We had to wait that long to get to your howl?
I thought it was perfectly put.
Werewolf of Spaz.
Spaz, keep the intros and outros short and musical.
Yeah, please.
Songs like the theme from SWAT would have been good.
Meet you. Hi, I'm Spaz. Nice to know. Click. Spaz, I got a word of advice for you. I want you to take these words and forget you ever knew them. One is, okay?
Did you really say the universe is impotent?
No.
Someone is saying you said that.
Infinite.
The second word is, and the third word is,
We will take a break.
AM radio, baby. You got a good face for radio, I'll tell you that.
AM. I appreciate that. Yeah.
It's Opie. Let's move on with Spaz's Week in Review. Where are we? We're reverting back to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and we're talking about mutant mice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's reverting as we pick up the tape in.
See, sometimes whatever happens in movies could become reality. Like I said the last time, that if it happens in the movies, that does not mean they can't happen in real life, because nothing is impossible. I mean, everything. All right, things can be improbable, but not. All right, things can be impossible, but not improbable. Yeah. Things are improbable, not impossible.
Whoa. Wait, I love when he tries to make a point. What were you trying to get to there?
Things.
That thought punched you in the head.
Kicked his ass.
The thought came up and just went. You got knocked the out.
Things are improbable. Things are impossible, but not improbable.
Right.
Things are impossible.
Things are impossible, but not improbable. That makes abso-effing-lutely no sense.
Yeah.
Things are impossible,
but not improbable.
Something can be Oh, my God.
Something can be improbable, but not impossible.
But you're
impossible.
saying things are impossible.
Yeah, impossible means that it can never, ever, ever happen. But that's not true. Things could happen. That's why it's improbable that it'll happen.
Whoa. My head is going to explode. All right. Let's just go with it.
Okay. Well, it's something like that. Anyway, so mutant mice are out there, and they have the mind of their own. Like, if they're injected with all these hormones and everything, there's no telling how strong they might be, because usually mutants are strong, and they become evil. Mutants become evil. Just like in X-Men or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have mice out there, and if you inject them with all this stuff, then they become big, huge, and they can start like spreading out this new breed of mice that just terrorizes, the city. I mean, we have a rat problem around the city already, and the mutant mouse could just terrorize us, and there's no telling what could stop them if they have injected with all this crap. So, thus, I think the scientists should stop experimenting and just use. Find other ways of testing. I just think. Okay.
That was the roundabout way of saying he's against animal testing. I mean, not for reasons that most people are, but because it might produce mutant mice. Yes. Have there been any cases of mutant mice that have been dangerous where... Did you see the clumps?
No.
I was reverting to the clumps, Opie, where Professor Clump gives the little hamster some of his formula that's been tampered with, and the big hamster thing turns into a giant hamster, very evil. And that's what I was thinking he saw. Couldn't we stop them with huge pieces of Swiss cheese, Spaz? And maybe if we don't invite them in, they can't hurt us.
Yeah. Vampire mice.
Giant mutant mice.
Yeah. Why do you...
It's because my throat gets dry and clumpy.
Clumpy. His hair gets poofy and his throat gets clumpy.
And that's what happened to my brain. It got dry and clumpy.
Oh, my dear sweet Jesus.
Anthony, the Dean of Iona checking in. It just says, bang. I got to go to Joe real fast. Joe, you're next on NEW.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I tell you, I'm just flabbergasted. Biggie's killing me. I was all fired up a little while ago. I'm absolutely lost. I have no idea what he's talking about. It's beyond normal insanity. I mean, smarten up, Pumpkinhead. Read something. What are you talking about?
All right,
I'm fired up on Stackers here, and on top of him speaking to me, it's just spinning my brain.
All right, Joe. Thanks.
Adolescent masturbator checking in from Jersey. I am almost 13. Please let me compete with Spaz in a history challenge. I guarantee I will defeat Spaz in any time period. So maybe we could put him up against some teens or something.
Some 13-year-olds.
Yeah, 13-year-old girls.
Randolph Hearst from the media checking in.
There you go, Randolph Hearst.
This is Spaz's Week in Review. Whose week? What kind of news is Spaz blathering about? The Republican convention was news this week. Ford stroking out was news. Vampires, mutant mice. This is news.
Yeah, that's true. His Week in Review, and it's nothing about the top stories.
Starting next week, he's got to stay with the main stories of the week.
Stories that people are talking about in that week.
Right.
What a friggin' idiot.
The NYPD has a battery-powered car, which they're testing. Now, this is a phenomenon in its own. But the battery-powered car is going to be bad for a specific reason when the battery runs out. Like, let's say there's a high-speed power chase, car chase.
Can I just say that was a lucky break that he was able to say phenomenon on its own.
Right.
If you did it now, you couldn't do that.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon on its own.
Phenomenon on its own.
If I didn't just do it, you would have been able to do it. You have a phenomenon on
Are they using electric cars?
So electric cars.
Battery powered.
Battery powered. NYPD, battery powered cars.
Yes.
All right.
Going to be bad for a specific reason when the battery runs out. Like, let's say there's a high-speed car chase, and the power runs out in the battery, they can't catch that crook. Now, and where are they going to, if these batteries are rechargeable, where are they going to find a rechargeable machine to recharge these huge batteries that are going to be placed in the car? And what are they going to be shaped like? Like a Duracell or something like that.
What are you stupid? You're insane.
How do I go from The Rock to this?
Yes,
Has my star dropped that far?
Blithering
to be on
idiot.
this crappy episode of the Opie and Anthony show. Every time I come in here, there's stars and strippers, teenagers kissing each other.
Today you get the week in review.
Today I get the phone guy doing commentaries on science.
It's a crapshoot, man. You know that.
I know.
This is what you got today.
So the battery in the car.
Yes.
You're concerned with its shape?
Yes, because it could impede the car. It could complicate. It may cause complications within the structure of the police car.
Do you elaborate on this?
Any sense?
Do you
I
elaborate?
never heard anybody slur and stutter at the same time. You slur and you stutter. That's such an odd combination.
Jeffrey's just amazed. He's looking for signs to see if you're for real or not.
It's just hard to explain some philosophies.
Yes.
I've been put on so many times, you know. Not me, but I know you guys.
See, we're putting you on today. He's actually a genius.
Yeah.
He's actually my son.
And these cannot be like legitimate, like standardized car batteries because those are made-run cars. But it looks like that you could use like the same concept as they did for like I guess like a Hot Wheels car or something like that, or like a fire engine that you got when you were a kid, to put the batteries underneath, and in between the wheels and the shock engines and stuff.
Wait. The what?
Shock engines.
What's the shock engines?
So that you don't feel the bump when you skid.
Those are shock absorbers.
That's what I meant to say.
Oh, God damn it. The shock engines, Opie. Yeah, you got to have those checked out. I always go to Meineke to have them check out my shock engines.
Jeffrey Ross is now standing up. He's making us all very nervous.
I'm just...
You're ready to run for that door, aren't you?
No, this is good.
Okay.
All right, shock engines.
I guess like a Hot Wheel.
Major at Iona?
Broadcasting.
And he got a diploma.
Stupid me.
Broadcasting. We hired him. He started as an intern on our show. Now he gets paid.
He'll be the first guy to start and then go back to being an intern.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Broadcaster, let's continue.
I guess like a Hot Wheels car or something like that, like a fire engine that you got when you were a kid, to put the batteries underneath, and in between the wheels and the shock engines and stuff, that and they go. The thing is, how do you recharge them? What if they leak battery fluid, as if a normal battery car would? I just think that there are a lot of complications in terms of this, and they should investigate it further. I mean, like, and how do they
come on
find out what the longevity is on each battery? I mean, they could run out of juice. They have to place a meter in the cars, knowing that the battery's out. And how do you get a battery tester large enough to test these things? There's so many things that go into this. I mean, they can do a test run all they want, but what are they going to do when they're in a situation where they need to catch someone and all their juice is drained out of their batteries?
That's true.
And
yes.
I just think that they should investigate this further. I mean,
they should want this further.
They should
vacate this further.
I meant to say investigate.
Investigate, but it came out they should vacate this further.
I just think that they should investigate this further. I mean, it would be cheaper to get better power cars than gas because of the rising gas prices, because batteries don't cost that much nowadays, like $3 or $4 for like a 4-pack if you get them on sale. Meanwhile, gas is like $15-20 to fill up your car. So this is economizing as well as helping out the nature as well. But still, I think that they should just test this out further. There's so many things, complications that can happen from this, and they should just, do something, like just do it an even thorough test on it. And moving right along to my final story.
Ask Spaz how many D cells it would take to run a full-size police car. Do you know how many about?
Depends on the size of the car, whether it's a van or a standard car.
D-cell batteries, like you just be loading them in, like one of those old boom boxes.
Freeze, or I'll... Oh, sorry.
Damn.
AJ from Connecticut, someone should take out Spaz's battery so he'll shut up.
Oh, we're chasing him. We're out.
Any comments on that one, Anthony?
No, I was going to try to explain the hybrid gas battery engine that they're talking about.
Now, is this
and how the gasoline power from the engine drives the car and charges the battery at the same time, and it alternates from using battery power and gas power as it goes. But forget it.
I think
it's not like you have to plug it in all the time. And
Spaz came with batteries not included.
Yeah, batteries not included, and that hatch has never been opened.
Spaz, are you proud of your week in review this week?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's an intelligent.
That was WEAK in review.
Yeah, the week in review.
All right, I think we have one last story.
Oh, thank goodness.
Finally.
One of my last two stories. A quickie one here is UFO spotters taking a good look at a Fed website. Seems that UFO theorists are probing a declassified National Security Agency file on a spy agency's website, hoping to find evidence that proves there is life beyond Earth. There is life beyond Earth. You cannot be the most... you, me, everybody else cannot be the only intelligent beings out there.
That's funny. Yeah, don't put yourself into the intelligent being bracket. I think everybody listening was just like, don't put us together. No. I know where he's going here.
The only intelligent beings out there. There's got to be others. I believe that there is. So, and I think that the government has been hiding evidence that there are human beings on Earth by the Hangar 17 in the...
Bikinis on Earth? What did you say?
I accidentally said that they've been hiding evidence that there are human beings on Earth.
Oops. Just a slight error in my broadcast. Let's hear that again.
And I think that the government has been hiding evidence that there are human beings on Earth by the Hangar 17 in Nevada.
It wasn't even human beings. It came out like, Isn't it Hangar 15? In Area 51? What?
That was 17.
Hangar 18. It was Hangar 18 in Area 51.
I was off my number.
Hangar 17. You don't hear Einstein saying I was off by a number. E equals MC cubed. Oops. Oops. Close enough. Yeah.
So, I just think that I hope they find something on these on the website, and I hope they find something on the website.
Oh boy. Okay.
Mulder, Scully, and Spaz.
Yeah. That's very useful because I know that there are other beings out there, which leads to my final story. My final story is that
imagine if they picked him up. What? Could you imagine a UFO picking him up and he is the representation of all of Earth? Could you imagine
What
that?
do you think would happen?
Big UFO just spits him out the side. All right. The last story about the 9 planets, Anthony. Here we go.
the 9 planets are in the other solar system. Now, think about this logic. Okay. We have 9 planets within our solar system, right? I think I missed a couple. I think it's like Mars, Earth, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto, Neptune, and I don't know the other two. But anyway, we have...
Wouldn't one be Earth, you idiot? Did he leave out Earth? He left out Earth, I think. Hold on.
Venus and Mercury.
Is that what you left out? Could you leave out Earth? Hold on.
I was just counting what he said.
We have 9 planets within our solar system, right? I think I missed a couple. I think it's like Mars, Earth, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto, Neptune, and I don't know the other two.
Mercury and Venus. Very good. Bill catch. All right. I'm sorry. You did not leave out Earth. All right.
Yes. But anyway, we have these planets, 9 planets in our solar system, and there are 9 planets in the other solar system. So I believe that is an equilibrium.
Oh, man. Wait a minute. All right, so we have 9 planets and they have 9 planets, so we have an equilibrium happening.
Yes.
Spaz, if you read the story, you'd have realized they found 9 planets total around 3 different suns.
Oh.
And hold on to your hat. Oh, no, what?
You were going to
hold on to your hat. All right, equilibrium, let's say. Equilibrium, they have 9 planets, we have 9 planets.
Basically, like in Bizarro Land. I know it may look like I'm going off into an unintelligent tangent here, but think about the similarities. In Bizarro, everything is the exact same except for opposite.
Bizarro. In Bizarro. So on this Bizarro solar system, you're like this smart guy? Is that it?
It's the same as third.
How could it be the exact same except opposite? That's what I couldn't get past.
See, it's identical to us except for to do things opposite.
But the exact same, but opposite.
But opposite. See, it looks identical, but they do opposite.
Okay, so if I see you, I would say goodbye, and that would mean hello.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
No.
A parallel universe.
Yes.
Right. Doppelganger. So their 9 planets and our 9 planets are the exact same but opposite.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. It's the same but yet opposite. Follow this logic. See, we have 9 planets. We live everything the way we live. In the other solar system, 9 planets, that's the sameness. That's the sameness. But the differentness is that they do things probably differently than we do. They look just a little slightly different from us. Different little quirkies.
Reverting to the sliders.
There's an extremely intelligent man on their 3rd planet called Spaz.
Yeah, that's it. He's sitting on a radio show right now, just flooring the hosts with his intellectual prowess. It's amazing. We got this Spaz. Does the other Spaz wear a goatee like Spock did when they went into the double universe? When they transported over the other crew?
All right, let's try to get through this. That are different from us. So I think there are 9 planets, and we are the 3rd planet from the sun. And I believe that the 3rd planet from the sun is also has life form on it. That is probably as intelligent as us, or just as intelligent as us.
As intelligent as us. As intelligent as us. As intelligent as us.
So intelligent as us. So I think that we should go research this, but be careful because of pressurization from going from solar system to solar system into different atmospheres. You never know. So I'm just saying just be careful, but research this. Check for life forms because I believe that we are in identical symmetrized solar system things where like we're mirroring the other solar system except for they do things the exact opposite that we do. It's like a Bizarro type thing. And I believe that there is life form, and they're doing the kind of research that we're doing, and you never know if they knew about us before we knew about them. So I think we should send a probe over there to research this and maybe find out if I'm right, that they have an exact identical of 9 planets to our planets, and that has life form on it.
Spaz.
So that's my views on that. And that is
Spaz. If we send a probe out, doesn't that mean they'll send a probe out at the same time since we're identical? And somewhere in the middle, these 2 probes will smash together and we'll never get there because we're exactly the same?
You know, the instance would be so phenomenal, I would take that risk.
Spaz is willing to take the risk. Like, would they do exactly the same thing we're doing? Like right now, there's a station, WNEW or something like that. And they're doing exactly the same thing, only backwards.
Well, I'm not there.
Planet Hetrade. That's Earth backwards.
That's right.
So is it exactly the same?
You said
or
that's
just
right.
the idea of life is the same?
Well, I am not there to view this over there.
Well, your other guy is there.
Yes.
Smart Spaz.
but
that goofs on his radio host friends for being so freaking stupid.
But if I would have to take an educated guess, don't you get some kind of
Impossible.
deflector shield to deflect the probe so they don't bang into each other in the middle of the two universes? You could do that, but you might be breaking the space-time continuum.
Or maybe we can find some kind of planet or celestial body in the middle and make them orbit it at the same time, thus then swinging around each other, and then continue on their journey.
That is one way to look at it.
Oh, my God, I'm thinking like that.
Well, now that we thought of it, now they thought of it.
Yeah, see? Now they're going to do the same thing.
But they're going to do it backwards.
Are we done? Can I step over and beat the living crap out of him so the smart one is getting the hell beat out of him on the other planet? Wouldn't that be great?
Are we done?
I guess so, yeah.
And that is the K-Dog Weekend Review. And I hope you got a little bit smart on that one. Anyway, see you next week. Have a good weekend.
How'd you like to mow my lawn? Huh? How'd you like to mow my lawn? Huh?
You dumb.